Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo, and I'm gonna bring you this little segment of my first Draven game. So yeah, this is my first ever game with Draven. Playing with some friends, and the reason I'm starting at this part is this whole game is basically a huge comeback because I'm still learning how to play him. I didn't have a very good start. There was a point in this game where I was like 1-4. And I was just doing terrible. And this is this part. We're still down at this point in the game. You know, they're down to our Nexus turrets, and they still have all of their inhibitors and most of their like outer turrets. Like none of the bot turrets are even down. They're really bad. But this is the part of the game where the comeback starts going. So I'll get into it right here. Blitzcrank really does a bad job in phase checks and kind of screws himself over because then we go in on him, and they have Baron at this point, so we need to take whatever advantage we can. And we kind of stop chasing here after I get slowed, or double slowed really, between Lulu and Kog'Maw. But yeah, at this point in the game, Draven right now he scales extremely well into mid and late game. Like I think more so than many other of the AD carries, because the other team's Kog'Maw is really fed. Like he's really ahead of me right now. Like at this point in the game, he's got like his IE and double Phantom Dancers and stuff, and I'm still able to pick at him. And just so this game, so we're picking it up at the 35-ish minute mark, and this is when the game really starts getting interesting. This is when my team really starts to come back, and you're gonna see some really nice plays, some really cool stuff this game. So you know, stick with it. But right here, just running away from the team fight, using that movement speed steroid that he has. It doesn't last very long. However, it is, you know, it's still very beneficial. And it's really useful in team fights, Draven's W, especially since it refreshes when he catches his spinning axes. For those of you who, you know, aren't that aware of Draven's abilities, or, you know, haven't really gotten a chance to look into him, since he did just come out today. So, basically what it is, he has his Q, which I'm using right now, which causes his axe to do, at level 5 it does it does an extra 85% of your bonus physical damage added to it, which is nice because Draven actually has a pretty low starting attack damage compared to champions with, you know, with a shorter attack range like his. Then he has his W, which is his movement speed and attack speed steroid, which really it makes him a real threat in team fights, and especially since the cooldown gets refreshed every time he catches a spinning axe, which is really nice for him. But at this point, looking at my build, I've got Zerker Greaves. I went with a Wriggles. I wasn't sure if it was good. Based on the way that Draven is played, I thought that I'd try the Triple Doran's Zeal and Wriggles build that I usually go with Kog'Maw with him. Yeah, I ended up scaling really well. As far as if Wriggles is actually any good with Draven, I mean, at this point I'm starting to do well, but not until I'm actually getting better items. So, you know, maybe the Wriggles is probably not that great of an item on Draven. I just really needed survivability in the lane. We were getting camped by Warwick and in a lane against Kog'Maw and Blitz, so it wasn't a very fun laning phase for me. But at this point in the game, our team actually just kind of fended them the other team off with Baron. So we're trying to get as farmed as we possibly can before we start having to get into really big team fights again. My team is Maokai, Ryze, Janna, and Swain. So this is Swain just after his new changes, and he is really strong. His slow and everything, his laning phase got a lot stronger, and his ult with a shorter cooldown makes him a lot stronger in team fights as well. And as far as Draven goes, it just makes sense to me that Janna just seems to be the best support to lane with, a Draven, because of her shield mixed with his Q, is going to cause for some really heavy damage. I feel like Soraka could also be a possibility, but the only thing is Draven doesn't really have any mana issues, so that would kind of make Soraka, you know, a little bit weaker, but the heal would always be nice. So at this point in the game, we're trying to defend our top tower, and Kog'Maw gets kind of caught right in the middle of everything, and so I'm focusing him down. I can bring him down, and I'm noticing in these team fights, because Swain is causing such an immediate threat, we're trying to focus him down first, so then I take down Warwick, and now we're really able to turn this around and start chasing him down. I kill Blitzcrank with my passive. My passive actually causes a lot of damage over time, and then take out Lulu. That really should have been a quadra kill, but instead they decided to give me 2 double kills, but that's okay, I guess that's how they want to do things. And right there I kind of troll my friend, take his blue buff. But I'm trying to turn this game around for us, so he's gonna have to let me be with that. So right now we're taking advantage and pushing down this inhibitor after we were able to bring down that bottom tower not long ago. And so now with they having an inhibitor down, we have some super minions. It's gonna kind of even this game out, and at this point in the game I'm screaming, I'm like, no guys, no, we gotta go do Baron. Baron is up, we gotta really turn this around, we gotta try to take advantage of this. We're still down in kills, but I mean we've gotta do something, we've gotta finish this turnaround, but no one on my team wants to do Baron, they all want to go the other way, so, and by this time their whole team is up. So we don't want to risk losing a team fight at Baron, giving up an ace, and then them getting Baron and just ending the game, because we've got Nexus turrets left. So so that's why we really wanted to make sure that they don't have a chance to end this game. But right now we're trying to transition back over to Baron and try to get a steal. So we're gonna move in, and we just noticed that they took it, but then we're able to catch them with a snare from Swain, and then Warwick ult Swain. When I see Warwick ult Swain, that's when I decide to go in, and I go in on Rise. He's a threat that I'm trying to take out. I'm able to kill Rise and keep moving in and out of the team fight, take out Lulu, and then switch over to Kog'Maw. By the time I do, he's already got his W on me. I'm already down to half health, and so that team fight didn't really go too much our way. It was like a 2 for. They only lost 2 or 3, I think, and aced us. So, you know, as you can see, it's that was just not a good trade for us. And I'm trying as hard as I can to really make sure that this game keeps going our way and try to finish this turnaround. We're down 8 kills. They just take out our inhibitor, and we get a lucky break here because our lanes are pushed at this point. So as they're trying to take out this, they're getting hit by our turrets, and you know, it's dropping them low. And right here when I'm recording, I'm like trying to move around and everything. I'm trying to show you what's happening with them here, but once I respawn, I'm just gonna put it back on my camera. I'm using LOL replay at this point, so it just makes it easier that way. And me and Swain are immediately gonna come out and try to catch Kog'Maw because he stayed way too long. But he flashes out and then throws down his slow. I run into it. So it's kind of a lost cause chasing him down at this point. But we were able to take down 2 people while they had Baron, which is, you know, that's not horrible. You know, it's not the way I would have wanted it to go, but I'm just trying my hardest to get as strong as I can at this point in the game. That way we can have some team fights going our way and make sure that we focus down Kog'Maw, because we keep going in just in time to make it so that he gets caught in the middle of everything. And when Kog'Maw's caught in the middle of everything, he is a very easy target to bring down. The only thing that's in his favor is that he has a Lulu who can keep him up. But I'm going to take this time to really talk about Draven, really talk about his utilities, and how I feel about him. Based on his stats, I feel like he has a kind of low starting attack damage. I run the attack damage marks with attack damage Quince, and the 2190 masteries, and his starting attack damage with boots and health pots was 69. Yeah, 69. I felt like I don't know, and I feel like that's a little bit low. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's just a little bit low for a champion with his range. I feel like it could be a little bit higher, but I guess when you incorporate the fact that his Q also does up to 85% once it's fully leveled of his bonus attack damage, it makes up for it, and he actually ends up hitting really hard. But like I said, at this point in the game, I'm just really trying to focus on farming. I'm at my Phantom Dancer, Double Dorans, Wriggles, IE, and Berserker Greaves. So at this point, I want my Bloodthirster. That's what I'm focusing on getting, is getting up to my Bloodthirster, and that's what I'm going back to buy right now. I sell my Dorans, one of my Dorans, and pick up my Bloodthirster, and that's going to make me a terror in team fights. I'm at 310 attack damage, and when you mix that with my Q, I'm going to be hitting really hard. I really foresee Draven getting a pretty bad nerf in the next patch, because in late game with his Q, he just hits so hard. It's pretty much unfair how hard he ends up hitting late game. Once you get a full build, if I was to pick up another IE or another Bloodthirster, my damage would just be, it would be unfair. It would be absolutely insane how hard I was hitting people. So, but right now we're just trying to push them back, and we're going to try to take control of the middle of the map for a Baron. When you have control of the middle of the map, you have pretty good control of Baron and Dragon. The team that takes control of the middle of the map usually ends up taking control of the neutral buffs. So right now we're just kind of waiting it out until Baron's back up. So just passively farming and waiting for their team to really go in. But we've got time for Baron, taking the time to farm. And really, when you're playing as Draven, I find out his range is, because his range is not very long. You do kind of want to play him like Graves. You kind of go in and out of the middle of the fight. But going against a Kog'Maw, you understand that can be pretty difficult for me with Kog'Maw having, because he's at the point where he has the longest range in the game. So shut my door. But like I was saying, he has the longest range in the game at this point with his W up. And right here we're getting split, and we have to be careful, because when the other team has a Blitzcrank, it means that he can effectively make every fight a 4v5 with a successful pull. And when Swain goes in and gets Kog'Maw caught right in the middle, I'm immediately thinking, okay, here we go. I'm gonna go in here, and we focus down Kog'Maw. We're able to take him out, and the other team is still focusing down Swain. Not quite sure why, but you know. And when Rise on our team got very tanky, he's able to stay in the fight, flash in, pop Warwick's GA, and we switch over to Blitzcrank, and when Warwick gets back up, we bring him down, and now right there, we've just won that fight. Even though Blitzcrank was able to get away, you know, just Blitzcrank getting away is more than what we needed. I didn't even really get touched in that fight, so my front line did a really good job of keeping me safe, and because of that, we were able to win the fight. And now we're going to take this chance to bring down towers and inhibitors until Baron gets back up, and while their team is dead. So now with Baron back up, I'm saying, guys, we should do Baron, but the rest of my team's saying, no, let's push down these towers and when Swain's back up, we can try to force another Baron, because Swain is really tanky right now, and we don't want to go into a team fight without him. So now that we're going back to get ready to do Baron, and once again my team is just saying no, we don't want to risk getting aced at Baron. Let's all just go back. Let's go back and buy, get elixirs, get pots, and we're about to catch Blitzcrank, and then notice Cogmaw throws out his slow, and so now we're backing up, and right now it looks like we're gonna end up having to give away another Baron with Rise going top and Swain over mid. So I'm staying and I'm thinking, all right, I can just poke at this, knock him back maybe with my E, and then right here I just throw down the ult and then send it back and steal Baron with my ult, and then I'm thinking, all right, now we got to go in, we've got to take advantage of this, we've got to go in on him, and this is where this game just goes to hell for the other team. Right now it's only left to their tanky characters, so no one's really dropping. I bring down their Rise, and Australia gets popped, and now we are just pushing ahead, and we're trying to end this now. We just stole Baron. We've killed 3 or 4 of their people in that little trade, and now is our chance to just push it to their Nexus and win the game. And Draven's ult, you saw it right there, does a lot of damage, and with it I was able to ult right down the middle and steal Baron, and now because of that we're gonna end this game right here. The tower is just sticking to me. But now because of that Baron steal, we've just officially turned the game around, and now finishing off this last Nexus turret, now hitting the Nexus, and we win the game off of a nice Baron steal and a good ace. So, and we ended up coming back that game. We were way behind. So guys, hope you enjoyed this little section of my first Draven game. If you want, I might upload the whole game. It's a pretty long game though. If you saw, it was like over 50 minutes. So I don't know if I want to do that full game. But yeah, guys, leave a comment. My first Draven game. I'm still learning him. I'm gonna try to get setting up for streaming in the relatively near future. So thanks a lot, guys. Remember to subscribe, like the video, comment on it, let me know how I did, and have a nice day, guys. Thanks for watching.